Yes, we got the man himself right here with 3XP, the co-founder of 3XP. We've got Chris with 3XP. How are you doing, my man? I'm sure his head is spinning. 3XP is 2 weeks from today is going to be live. We got Dreamer with DeFi Kingdoms on one of the panels going to be speaking there. I think maybe Sunbear also. What this man is trying to do at 3XP, which E3, by the way, or E3 is canceled. And so what he's trying to do, the vision here is merge Web 2 with Web 3 gaming, baby. He's got some big time speakers, lots going on here. We are pumped that DeFi Kingdoms with Dreamer and Sunbear and some of the community is going to be there repping DeFi Kingdoms and at 3XP. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing good. I'm here in the office with the whole team. Some of them are in the back over there, Michelle and Ethan. And we have been working 12, 15-hour days the past months in general. But lately, we are getting all of these speakers together, all of these amazing Web3 games ready to play, ready to watch content creators compete in the esports arena. So we are super excited. We are only 2 weeks away from 3XP. So I'm super excited to be here and tell you more about it.
Yes, I'm excited. So DeFi Kingdoms is, they are blazing trails that's never been done before, seen in crypto. We got two NFTs can now be merged together. Those two NFTs merged together can now bridge cross-chain. So much going, it'll make your head spin within this ecosystem. It's been a brutal bear market. It's been rough. Okay, but the team hasn't slowed down. They're grinding unlike you could imagine through a bear market. So many updates, so much going. And I'm so excited that you got Dreamer coming on to help rep DeFi Kingdoms and Sunbear. Okay, there's all kinds of games, all kinds of big influencers are going to be here. Tell me more. What's your vision for 3XP? How did you embark on this? Why are you doing this? Let's go.
So I'm also the CEO of Community Gaming. So Community Gaming is an esports tournament platform. It's completely Web3 enabled from the payment side. So one of the biggest pain points is getting paid on time and getting paid efficiently and securely in the esports industry. Usually you get screwed over. It takes you weeks or months to get paid out. And so that was really the vision for starting Community Gaming. And we pay out USDC or any crypto. We're chain agnostic or game agnostic. So whether you're playing Call of Duty or you're playing EV.io, DeFi Kingdoms, Axie Infinity, you're getting paid out instantly. And so when we were doing this, it became clear that a lot of these Web3 games that are coming out, they're not ready for tournaments quite yet, right? I like to say that we're in phase 2 now, right? Phase 1 was, Axie was the pioneers of play to earn. Yep. And then there was a million Axie clones. There was a lot of crappy games that had, flawed tokenomics, promises they couldn't keep. And so that was like phase 1, right? Like FTX kind of just was sort of the bottom of bad sentiment, right? Gamers were rejecting NFT prices, seeing a lot of scams and failed companies. All right, now we're out of that, right? We're kind of past the worst of it. We're entering phase 2. These games that are launching this year into 2024, they're much better, right? This is a whole different class. These are studio veterans that have come from Activision and Riot, Take-Two, EA. They're done with those incumbent companies, right? Like they don't want to work for completely centralized company. And so they started their own studios. They've been building 2-3 years. They're well funded, and these games are finally coming to market. And so we need to show the average gamer that we're no longer in phase 1, right? We're in phase 2 where these games are much more promising. And they need a marketing destination. So getting to your question here, why did we do this? We wanted to create the marketing destination for Web3 gaming to show the entire world what the future of gaming is going to be like.
That is awesome. Wow. And so I see Avalanche also. So Dreamer's going to be set up, with some of the DeFi Kingdoms people at the Avalanche booth, and I think Dragon's Crossing was maybe talking about going there, but I don't know if they are. Dragon's Crossing they're launching here on Saturday. The Mint's coming, and they're going to be a game ready to play, easy access, easy to play on day 1 at launch, ready to go. So it's like there's so much going. Avalanche has a lot going. I know in Polygon, you've got some big decentral is also you guys partnered with Decentral. How have you pulled all this off?
Well, first I want to say that, yeah, you do see Avalanche there, and they're going to have a pretty nice big booth. But this is a chain agnostic event, right? We have Polygon there, we have Avalanche. We got to add the Immutable logo on the homepage now. Immutable is going to be there. Ronin as well, right? The Ronin ecosystem. It's no longer just the Axie show, right? They have the Machines Arena. They have a few other good games, and so the vision for this is to really make sure every ecosystem can be well represented. And so you see that in the games here. They're across all these different chains. And we're also headed into a multi-chain future, right? So a lot of these games are going to be not affiliated with just one ecosystem.
That's awesome. Sarge, Starbuck, Christian, Peter are here joined with us. They are awesome content creators with DeFi Kingdoms. And I look up to these guys. These guys are awesome. What do you guys think?
I really appreciate Chris. Michelle, you're hidden. You're here, you're there. I want to give you an opportunity to sort of introduce yourself as well, because I know you're a big part of 3XP as a whole. Tell us a bit about yourself, and into the same sort of effect as Chris. Tell us what's exciting you about this conference specifically.
Yeah, hi guys. I am the hidden person in the sort of back end, if you will. Chris, I let you take the limelight, and I'm totally happy with that. But I just wanted to say special thanks to, please let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Christian. Is that right?
It's Christian.
Thank you, Christian.
Yeah.
Christian, who's been communicating with me over email to make the meetup for DeFi Kingdoms happen at 3XP. So a round of applause for you on that. But I'm really excited to build 3XP with Chris, the other, not Christian, Chris. It's just super exciting to bring together all the VCs as well as game devs and influencers all in one place as the marketing destination happening for Web3 gaming. It's all about community, and I know for a fact, DFK, you all know this, it's all about the community. So we're bringing it together real life, in person, in LA.
Absolutely. No, well, thank you very much for that. And I think this is a good segue, sort of tease this out again. If you've missed it, because it went off the screen here a second ago, we do have a ticket for 3XP to give out. I believe 3XP handed out a couple of tickets to DFK to be able to give out, and they were gracious enough to give those tickets to us to be able to sort of reciprocate that and give that out to someone. So we are giving one away. Christian holds another one at some point. He will give that away. But if you want to be entered to win this ticket, type in hashtag 3XP. I'll go ahead and enter you in the raffle. Right now, I've got Starbuck and Mosh entered here. So your odds are good. Keep them coming. I know I had a handful of people reach out and say, hey, you know what? How do I enter? That's how you enter. We have, maybe about 15 minutes before we go ahead and spin this wheel for that. Chris, any alpha you care to share with us about I know there's a whole lot happening. Anything sort of recent that's pumped you up, and you're maybe just a bit too excited not to share with us?
I can definitely drop some alpha here. First, I just have to shout out Michelle. Michelle is the glue that holds this team together. There would be no 3XP without Michelle. She's here in the office. I'm in the kind of lobby area. She's in the office with Ethan and Emily. So yeah, Michelle, thank you so much for your incredible hard work. I think out of everyone in this huge office building, me and her and Ethan are here 12, 15 hours a day the past few weeks. So we've been grinding, and she's been keeping us all sane. So
shout out to Michelle.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In terms of, let me think. Okay, I have some pretty big alpha.
Chris,
to
drop after party. Say something.
Okay.
We love
right.
DeFi Kingdoms, so.
I'm going to say this, and then somehow it's not going to happen. No. We are hosting an after party with FaZe Clan on day 2 of 3XP. This is going to be the official after party at the FaZe Clan warehouse. So if you guys know about esports, FaZe Clan has been in the news a lot lately for good and bad reasons, but they are still one of the biggest names in all of esports, especially in the LA area. And so we're going to be utilizing their space for the official after party. And so go check it out on YouTube. It's extravagant. So we have not announced this yet, and we're probably going to announce it in the coming days, but it's coming live here right to you guys, to the DeFi Kingdom community.
Let's say you had 4 people who were interested in attending said after party. How does one get in?
So obviously, if you have a VIP ticket, you're going to get preferential access, and there's going to be a special area in there for the VIP holders. So yeah, I mean, maybe we should give away a VIP ticket, another one here, live on the stream. I don't know.
I love it.
I'm down for that.
Let's do it.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so we've got a little over half a dozen people entered. So your odds, if you're on the fence, now is an opportunity to jump in and sort of toss your name into the hat. Christian, give you an opportunity too, because I know you and Michelle, like Michelle said, you guys have been working stuff out. You have a discount code for anyone who's interested in going and maybe doesn't end up winning today.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate everything you've done, Michelle and Chris. The conference looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the convergence of some of the esports, the setup there in the pit. I was telling some of the people in the community that I took my son to see DreamHack in Atlanta about 4 or 5 years ago, pre-COVID, and it was awesome. It was like 15,000 people in the Atlanta Convention Center, and so much going on, so many amazing gamers and people from all over the world were there, and it was just like the best time to go and learn about like what goes on in the underground where most people don't even see. But bringing the convergence of Web 2 and Web 3, I think, is great. And is there anything special or any of the panels that you can think of that are going to happen during the conference that we shouldn't miss out on?
In terms of panels in particular, so first I should remind everyone, so Game 7 is our flagship partner here, right? You can probably see in the logo, it's powered by Game 7, but they've actually been instrumental in helping us organize and curate a lot of these panels, find some of these great speakers. And kicking off on day 1 is a panel called, we announced it earlier today, State of the Industry, 5 Years of Blockchain Gaming. And so one of the core contributors to Game 7 is going to be presenting what I think he would say some pretty proprietary data that has come from months of research that I don't think anyone's seen before. And so I'm excited for that. I'm asking him to check it out a little early so I can write up a tweet thread. So you're not going to want to miss that. So you're going to want to get there early, like for the first panel on day 1 for 5 years of blockchain gaming and all of the data there. I also, I'm thinking of a panel called The Emergence of the Web3 Gaming Content Creator, right? So we're seeing a lot of guilds transition into what I'm calling Web3 esports orgs. You're seeing a lot of up and coming YouTubers, Twitch streamers that are just going entirely into Web3 gaming content creation. And so you have Brycent on there, Spike Reacts, Ali Straza, Orange, and that's one you're not going to want to miss as well. I think all the panels are amazing. The building a Web3 shooter is going to be spicy, right? You have Shrapnel on the same panel with Dead Drop, right? They're kind of rivals in a sense. So that's one you're not going to want to miss. That's on day 2. And then if I had to pick maybe one more, definitely a couple of good VC panels, investing in the East and raising capital in the bear market. But I would say becoming a Web3 esports organization. That's going to be kicking off first panel of day 2 that has our very own community gaming co-founder and COO, Ebony Chang. She's moderating it. And it's also got Dan from TSM, right? So another big trend you're going to see here is a lot of traditional esports names will be in the house. You're going to have streamers from Cloud9 that we haven't announced yet. We announced Yasuo, who's a big streamer for 100 Thieves. You're going to have speakers from Team Liquid there as well. So we really, I want to help create a sea change in perception here, right? And we're not going to do it. I like to say we're building in public, but we're sort of in a bubble at the same time. We're building in public inside of a Web3 bubble. And so we need to get the big influencers outside of Web3 to experience these great games and to go tell their audiences, right? Like, hey guys, it's not just Bored Apes and Axie. Like there's a lot of other stuff going on here. And so we want to make sure that these large voices can come and experience this and play it on stage in front of a huge audience.
That's awesome, man. You got Crypto Indio, you got Crypto Stash coming. I've seen so far. That's awesome, man.
I know Starbuck himself. He boy, this guy came in with some awesome questions. He did his homework, so I want to give him some time to go through some questions because those were great. He is I wouldn't say the guild leader, but certainly one of the guild founders for one of our GFK guilds here, Mythic Squad. So give you the floor, Starbuck.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Grady. Pleasure to meet you, Chris and Michelle. Excited to see you with everything that you're doing with 3XP. One of the questions I have is, with the relationship between traditional gaming and Web3 gaming platforms in the coming years, how do you see those integrating, and how do you see 3XP positioned within that evolving landscape in the near future?
When you say traditional gaming platform, can you give just a little bit more specific?
So, traditional gaming as in, your Call of Duty games or your games that you're going to find on console. What types of integrations do you envision in the future for the space?
So here's the big problem that we see ourselves in now. We have yet to have our first really big hit game, right? When I'm trying to quantify a hit game, I'm thinking just something like a top 20 Steam game, right? A top 20 Steam game may have 30, 40, 50,000 concurrents like right now. If you go check like Steam charts, like we maybe have seen flashes of that, but we haven't seen a sustained hit get escape velocity like that, right? And we certainly haven't seen sustained, millions of daily active users. So when I think about, I've talked to folks at Activision Blizzard, at Riot, what they need to see, they need, there's really two things they need. One, they need to see this concept of secondary trading really blossom and prove itself out with a reference implementation with the Web3 game, right? If they're going to give up their primary sales, right? They love just selling you skins in Fortnite and Valorant and having it just be locked, right? Like we have this term like total value locked, right? Like think about the total value locked in Valorant right now. Every single skin is just locked, right? It's just frozen assets. You can never trade it. But imagine they embrace this concept of the secondary trading market. What is it going to get for them to do that? They're going to need to see the business case, right? If you go to someone Activision Blizzard, they're going to say, hey, we sold $800 million on day one of Call of Duty, right? Is Web3 going to do that for us? And you're going to say, well, unfortunately, no, not today. And they're going to say, okay, like let us know, when it's going to move the needle for us. So we really, really need a game that can have a sustained millions of monthly active users. And then I think what you're going to see is some experimentation. I don't think Call of Duty is going to turn their economy upside down and have every asset be on chain or an NFT. I think what you're going to see them do, and this is kind of getting to the heart of your question, like how they're going to blend over time. I think you're going to see them do like limited run skins, right? I think the best example for using NFTs is one, cosmetic based, and then two, your limited run skins, like your Christmas skins, right? Like your holiday skins, your things that come around when there's like a pro league happening, a world championship, and you're going to see them try it out. You're going to see Riot do like a limited run, only 10,000. And if they can see the business case there, right? If they can see, wow, we could have sold this skin once, or we can sell 10,000 of them and then capture a fee every time it's traded, right? That fee in perpetuity. They need to see that business model like kind of play out over like 6 to 12 months. And then I think you're going to see a lot of fast followers, right? So in a recap, they're not going to be first movers. They're going to wait for something to take off. And then they're going to become fast followers, either by acquiring those companies or by being a fast follower to do an experimentation, right? Like a top layer of maybe a limited run skin.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to my opportunity to rock a Santa Claus outfit and kill some villains or monsters.
Imagine, so like taking that example, right? Like, do you play any shooters and first-person shooters?
I've played a couple. Yeah, go ahead.
Like a Valorant or a Call of Duty or Apex?
Yeah, I played Call of Duty.
I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you probably watch, Call of Duty streamers, right? Like, I don't know, comes to mind like Tim the Tatman or something like that. Imagine having, not only would there be a Christmas skin that you have and that I have, but there's going to be one that Tim the Tatman has, right? Like it's truly his, right? He bought it and then he may trade it to you, right? And the provenance aspect of this is something I think that's going to really come into play. You're going to have this concept of esports digital memorabilia, right? We may all have that limited edition skin, but if you have the one that was owned by one of the biggest streamers in the world, it's going to be worth, it's going to be even more valuable, right? It's going to be worth a lot of money. So I'm really looking forward to not only these large games, trying them out with some experiments, but seeing what happens with these big influencers, right? Maybe they get a rev share for the use of their likeness in the skin, right? You can have a skin that's kind of skinned after a Tim the Tatman, like it's all tatted up or something. So I'm really looking forward to that kind of blend of influencer memorabilia and big games having these skins.
What speaking of what games in Web3 right now are you the most involved in?
Like playing it or like just excited
playing
for
or participating in?
So I played Wildcard. So a lot of these games that we have at 3XP, like, I had to met with their team. I wanted to play test the games. So I'd say Wildcard is one that I wish I could play more. The way it's set up right now, you actually have to schedule, like you can only play with the devs. It's not like a server yet. But that was one I was like, wow. The next day I was like, I want to play that again tonight. Dead Drop is another one, right? Like that's one if you like the extraction game mode, right? If you like this concept of high risk, you bring in certain items into each match, and if you die, you lose them to whoever killed you. I think that's a really great concept that works for Web3. Like it really proves out the ownership piece of like, hey, I truly own these items, so if I'm gonna risk them, like I better be prepared to lose whatever they're worth. And at the same time, that's a really exciting opportunity to go jump into a match and potentially kill someone, and their $500 item just drops into your lap.
Yes.
So yeah, Dead Drop, Wild Card. I'm also a big TCG guy. So Parallel and Skyweaver, I would say, are my two biggest TCGs. So those are the ones that I'm quite excited for. And then My Pet Hooligan is also going to be at 3XP. So that's sort of like a whole different genre of game. I don't know if any of you guys have played that yet.
Interesting.
Cool. Well,
hey, and by the way,
check
there's
out
a bunch of crackling happening in the background. Chris, I think, who could that be, guys?
It might be Chris or Michelle. I'm not sure, but
Michelle's muted.
Oh, okay. Might be Chris. I don't know if your mic is rubbing up on something, Chris. Okay.
I was just muted for a few seconds. Was that me?
It went away.
It went away now. It's like, it sounds like a crackling mixed with a baby in the background, like, shaking something.
Well,
but it's okay.
I think it might be resolved. I will say there's an interesting comment in here that I think garners a question. Umar L sort of referencing or mentioning, hey, it's time we try and move. Yeah, you brought it up, Grady. It's time to move some of these Twitch influencers. My understanding is that there's an attempt to sort of do that with this conference. Maybe have you give you an opportunity to elaborate and sort of talk a bit more on that, Chris?
When you say move these Twitch influencers, what do you mean? Like move them over to playing Web3 games? Is that what you mean?
Well, so yes, that's a great question. And I guess sort of to clarify, Web 2, Web 3 integration of the two worlds, coming together at this conference. I guess what I meant to say is there is an invitation or an opportunity to sort of open the conference up to some of these Twitch streamers. Do you want to maybe elaborate a bit more how you're collaborating with some of these streamers? I know you mentioned a few names here earlier on, but it sounds like you're doing tremendous outreach to the Web 2 community and maybe doing some introduction to Web 3.
Yeah, so maybe I'll talk about some of the streamers, the Twitch streamers that are coming from the Web 2 world and playing. Okay, so for instance, we've been talking with Cloud9, right? A lot of these esports teams, if the crackling's really bad, let me know. I don't there's nothing going on behind me. I'm not sure if it's me or not, but a lot of these esports teams are reluctant to admit that a lot of their streamers actually are really into Web3 gaming. And I can tell you right now, a lot of these esports teams are building Web3 tech in secret. Like, it sounds like weird, like in secret, but they're building it. They don't want to announce it on Twitter because of the sentiment issues, right? It's a very reactionary environment, right? As soon as you even utter the term NFT, it's a trigger word for a lot of gamers, right? And so, like, I don't want to say their names, but like, yeah, these names that I've been saying, they're building fan engagement tools, right? They're doing this all behind the scenes. And when we went to them, we reached out. We're like, hey, do any of your creators like want to be part of this Web3 thing? And they were like, yeah, actually, this guy and this guy and this guy really likes Web3. And I was like, wow, I had no idea. Cool, and obviously they require payment. So we're discussing and negotiating. And one that I can drop some alpha on is Mango. So Mango is going to be there. He's one of the biggest Super Smash Bros. Pros in the world, and so he's going to be there. And then Yasuo from 100 Thieves loves Web3 gaming, right? He's not even scared to say it. So what we need is we truly just need better games that are in full open access, right? If I have to buy a $500 item and then download a zip file and learn about some chain that I have to switch over their network and bridge things, you've already lost 90% of the average Steam gamers and Twitch influencers. So a lot of these big streamers who are into it, they're going the extra mile, right? They're really interested and they're down to just like do all this complicated stuff. But you're going to have a lot of pushback until the UX gets better and until you have a few more shooters, a few more MOBAs, a few more TCGs that are not just in alpha, but like full open beta, no barrier to entry. And I think we're getting there, right? I think we have a lot of shots on goal this year. And I think that the streamers are going to be one of the ways that we kind of bring in the masses, right? As soon as like Shroud or Summit starts just being like, you know what, I'm just going to stream this game every day because it's fun. It happens to be Web3. Like, if you guys don't like it, like, so be it. But I think that's happening. And you can see the lights are going off here in the office because we're working so late.
Yeah, well, I think we're at time anyways. And I'll be the first one to say, we really appreciate you coming on. Before we do go, do you have any parting messages for our community that you have here?
Can you remind me when you guys are having your meetup? Because I want to come and I want to support it.
Yeah, Christian, I know you've been sort of the brains behind putting that together.
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank Michelle again for getting in touch with me. And Chris, you should definitely come. It's going to be at the Stone Brewery in Pasadena. It's about a 5-minute walk from the convention center on Thursday. So we're going to probably go from like 6 to 8. And I know that you put it on your side events agenda as well. And I did retweet that out to everybody. So all the side events that are happening at 3XP, they put a list together, and that's all on a Google sheet, so you can see everything that's going on. But yeah, it'd be great to have you there and chat about everything that's going on in the space. It sounds like you've got a lot of enthusiasm for this, as everybody in the DFK community does as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Michelle and Ethan, let's all go. And I want to meet all of you guys. And I really want to learn a lot more about the game, right? I haven't been able to dig into the game myself, and so I want you guys to maybe tell me which items I need to buy, what the meta's like. I want to start playing, so I'm super excited to meet all you, and thank you guys so much for having me, and hope to see most of you in Pasadena in 2 weeks.
I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah, Dreamer is going to be at the Avalanche Gaming booth, and he'll be speaking there. Sunbear is going to be there, and we're going to be there. So we're excited to meet you, and hope this is a big success. This is the first time you've ever done it. This is event number 1 ever, right? You got
event one of many.
Yeah,
the first of many. The first of many.
Yes.
The Central Con is partnered. You've got all these different big time names. You've got some big time people that are going to be here. I think it's well worth checking it out. Man, I'm excited to meet you. Good job, Chris. Hang in there. I know it's crazy.
I have two tickets to give away.
Okay.
And I can spin that wheel. We had, I think, 8 entries. One's a regular ticket, and we can, if you win, drop your contact info in the chat, either your Twitter handle or your Discord ID, and then we'll be sure to get you that ticket. And that's through DFK, through 3XP. So thank you guys very much for that. And then the other one's a VIP ticket, a very much coveted ticket. And that's through 3XP. No expectation of any giveaways today. So pleasantly surprised. Hopefully, one of you all does get it, and and we do see you. And I will say that if you can't make it, do let me know, and we'll go ahead and respin. We really want to give them an opportunity to people who are expected to go. Eric David Tippett, you're lucky. I'll add your name because I know we were chatting. We'll cut it off there. So no more entries after this one. No more entries after Grady because you're our host. But we'll go ahead and spin now. All right. So and you guys can see my screen.
Okay.
We
Hang
put
on.
that
Will,
up.
got you. All right.
All right. Cool. We'll go ahead and spin this one. This first one's a regular ticket, and then we'll do one for the VIP. So regular ticket.
All right.
Ghost Panda.
All right.
Congratulations, Mr. Ghost Panda. If you can attend, hopefully we see you there. And we'll go ahead and respin. I think I have your contact information, Ghost Panda. We'll connect after this. So spin number 2, and this is a VIP ticket.
Okay.
VIP after party. All right, let's
wants
go. All right, let's go ahead and spin that wheel.
Did you make this wheel?
I did. Oh God, we're gonna have to respin it again.
Uh-huh.
It's no winning twice.
Ghost
And,
Panda, you just won 2 tickets, my man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Boom.
Starbucks.
Let's go.
congratulations!
I hate to say it. I
Congratulations.
knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, what
I'll
can
see
you
you
say?
there,
Mythic
Chris.
Vibes.
Man.
I'll see
Well,
you at
thank
the
you
face
very
plant
much.
party.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Well,
Got to
thank
get
you
a
very
whole lot
much,
more purple
Chris.
in Pasadena.
Does that mean
there
Ghost
you go.
Panda? Does Ghost Panda get the VIP one now instead of Starbuck?
I don't think that's how that works. If you win and
No, I did say before the spin that the second one would be VIP. So had we not established rules beforehand, Mr. Ghost Panda, we would run into that.
Okay,
pickle. But
hold on. We got to give one more away, one more general admission ticket because someone on the show won, so we got to give one more away.
And that's fair. We'll go ahead and spin. If Ghost Panda and Starbuck get spun again, we'll respin. No,
automatically goes to Mosh and Beef.
Boom.
There
This
you
is general
go.
admission, by the way, just a general admission.
Gen admission. No VIP, regular ticket.
Let's go. Sticks
in turn,
baby.
Mythic Squad.
Baby.
Congratulations. Yeah, another Mythic Squad guild member. So no, well, thank you very much, Chris, for your time. Very gracious of you. I will say this much for those of you listening. Chris had every opportunity to sort of say, "Hey, no, we can't do this." And he said, "No, let's make it happen." And lo and behold, here we are. Very much appreciate the time. We look forward to meeting you in person. That's going to be very exciting. Not just you, the rest of the team. So that'll be great. And let this be a see you later. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time.
You're one of the strongest communities out there. I'm super excited to meet all you. I'll see you at the esports arena with all of the biggest Web 2 and Web 3 competitors. I'll see you at the main stage, all these engaging panels. I'll see you on the showroom floor, at the AVAX booth, and all over the place. So thank you all, and take care.
Awesome.
Sounds
Thank
good,
you.
Chris. We'll let you go. I do see Grady. I'll respin again because it looks like Stick Intern, he already has a ticket. So we'll respin that general admission. He was entering for VIP.
Okay.
Stick Intern, Ghost Panda, Starbuck, Nose goes here.
Let's go.
Grady.
Yes.
I defer. You entered. I defer to you if you want to
Go ahead and respin. We'll take me out.
Yeah, we'll keep spinning for another hour at this rate. Starbuck. Oh my God. I'm being transparent and the wheel's doing its thing. I don't know how to get rid of names here.
Eric, there you
Eric
go.
David Tippett.
baby.
See you in
There you
Pasadena,
go.
Eric.
Congratulations. All right.
Yes.
So again, Eric David Tippett, you win general admission. Ghost Panda general admission. VIP for Starbucks. Congrats to our winners. Thank you very much for your time. Very much appreciated.
I love it.
Right.
Love you guys. Christian Peter, you are the man. Thanks for coming on. Starbuck, Sergeant Filthy McNasty, baby. He's filthy and he's nasty. He's Sergeant Filthy McNasty. We'll see you guys. Mythic Squad.
See you all.
Representing well
Squad.
here in the chat. Yes.
Catch y'all later.